Hey you guys, AntVenom here, and welcome back to another Minecraft video. And today we are going to be playing Pac-Man in Minecraft. And if you guys want to download this for yourselves, the link is going to be in the description below. And there are only really two prerequisites that you really need, and they're not mods or anything like that. The first is that your game mode difficulty needs to be easier or above, and you need to sleep in one of these beds when you get here. Because if you don't, your spawn point isn't going to end up being set, and if you end up dying, you're not going to spawn out there like you would think. You actually spawn over flatland area, and it doesn't really end up working out so well. So anyways, the rules for this game are really quite simple. To start, all you do is insert a coin. If the redstone torch over here, this one right there, is on, then the game is ready to go, and then you hit start, and then everything will basically turn on, and you have 5 minutes to collect all the orbs and slay the quote-unquote ghost, even though you really don't actually have to slay them. But yeah, and then there are boosters in each corner which will give you an item, and that will help you out as you go along. So anyways, there's nothing inside of these chests, so we're just going to go ahead and we're going to get going here. And by the way, this was not made by FE Disco, so this was made by someone completely, that I've never even heard of before. The video that this guy released for it only had 191 views when I saw it, so definitely show this guy some love, because seems like this guy really knows what he's doing. Though there are a few things about this whole thing that I would improve upon, but I will talk about those at the end of the video. So anyways, so all you have to do, if whatever difficulty you want to play on, you just basically, if you want to be on level 4, you need to hit all 4 switches, because if I go ahead and game mode myself here, you can see that there are 4 sides of little spawners here. You know, these, what do you call it? These dispensers that have the mob eggs in them. There are 4 sides, and each switch equates to one side of that. So if you want to be on level 4, you need to hit all 4 switches. So anyways, let's just go ahead and let's game mode ourselves again. So we don't need to reset it, obviously, because we haven't played a game yet. And there's a reset switch on the other side as well. So all you have to do is you hit coin in, you wait for that little redstone torch to light up, and then you hit start. But before you hit start, I would highly recommend, at least in my case, because I'm recording, I am going to turn my sounds down to 3, because you walk on a lot of pistons. Okay, so all the lights have turned off here. So I think once all the lights have turned off, you can hit start. And then what's going to happen is you can see little holes in the ceiling there in between all of the glowstone. There's going to be these orbs, well, not orbs, but there's going to be these golden nuggets that drop down. And as soon as they do drop, the doors are going to open. Okay, here we go. But mobs are going to spawn at the same time. So we need to really move fast out of here, because you see, yeah, you see that? If you don't move out of the door really fast, then these mobs are going to come after you. So what I recommend doing is heading after these boosters as quick as you can. Basically following the edging, getting as many of these on the edging as you can. So yeah, I mean, it's basically Pac-Man in a nutshell. First person Pac-Man. And yeah. Oh, that's weird that these didn't light up. That's kind of odd. That's really weird. Alright, but anyways, so I know that oh, okay, it was just lag, I guess. Am I playing this on the newest snapshot or something like that? No, I'm not. So lighting shouldn't have any problem as far as lag goes. But anyways, so one of the few improvements that I think that this would benefit from is having random drops out of these, because as of right now, all of the drops that you get out of these are all the same. So they're really predictable. So, all you have to do is go for all 4 of them. There's a piece of armor that you can get from this one over here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab that here. And yeah, though one thing that I do like that he ended up hard coding into this is that you can only get 1 booster per round. So you can't just spam this and get a ton of boosters or anything like that. Die, zombie! Die, zombie! But yeah, so obviously, as you can see, I basically just ran all the way through this. It gets a little more difficult when you come down to the last few nuggets, and you only have a few to go. Okay, here we go. And then your food source is naturally going to come from zombies themselves. So yeah, but skeletons are just the worst on this map. Honestly, I think there should be a lot more skeletons just to really up the difficulty. I think the first set. The first set of spawners, for level 1 should be, zombies as it is. But then, level 2 should be all skeletons. Level 3 should be all skeletons, because skeletons suck to deal with. And it would be really interesting to see, a really difficult game like that. So anyways, if you end up trekking across the board enough, the mobs themselves will actually naturally despawn, which is a little bit unfortunate. But I guess that is the way that mobs work. You can't really control that within Minecraft here. So anyways, as you can see here, I'm starting to run a little bit low on the amount of nuggets that I need to pick up here. Okay, and it doesn't look like I have much food either. Okay, well, maybe I'm not running too low. But once you actually do end up running out of nuggets, you know, to pick up, you know, basically as you would in normal Pac-Man, well, at least in the Minecraft version, there's a red door on the other side there that's going to open up. Oh, crap. Okay, looks like you had already fired at me. All right. Oh, crap. Stay away, skeleton. Stay away, skeleton. I'm probably going to use the speed pot here in just a second. Oh, crap. There we go. Let's go ahead and let's use this. And let's use this. There we go. Okay. So if you want, you can also play in F5 mode as well. It can make things, you know, really a lot easier, as you can see here, because the amount of nuggets that I have left to pick up, you know, you can see them in a third-person perspective. So anyways, so I think I've pretty much gotten every single one of them in this corner. Die, zombie. Oh, crap. I really let you hit me because I'm in third-person perspective. All right, so let's see here. Oh, and by the way, when you do end up completing the whole thing, like if you're curious and you're lost and you're not sure if you've gotten all the nuggets, just go ahead and stand off of one of the pressure plates and you'll see the lamps that sort of line the outside of the room here. They'll all turn off. So if the mobs do have a chance of stepping on these and kind of messing that up for you, but that's why it's best to go around and kill all of them. But yeah, if you do find that, you know, if you're not sure if you've gotten every single one of them, then just feel free to do that. And it'll basically tell you whether or not you've gotten all the nuggets. See, as you can see here, there were a few that I ended up missing. So let's just go ahead and let's snag all of these here. I think this may end up being the last of them that I need to get, though I don't know. I think I've thought that like a few times. Let's go ahead and let's stand off of this here and let's see it. Yep, okay, look. So I just noticed all of these around the room are flashing, and we are all done. That is basically round one in a nutshell. You can do this as many times as you want. It's fully resettable. The only thing that's kind of weird is that, you know, when you're walking to the end here, like because the pressure plates are what activate and deactivate this door right here, like you kind of have to wait for a few seconds, and then the door itself will come down, and there we go. So you hit that right there. I believe that's like a reset switch, and then you can hit this right here to get speed and health. So there we go. I really wish there would be like a hunger potion. That would be a really good potion, actually, a hunger potion. But anyways, let me go ahead and let me turn up my sounds here, actually. So as you can hear, there's a whole bunch of potions that are going off there, and they're actually going off outside. And basically, what it's doing is it's resetting the arena by throwing a bunch of health potions out, which actually damage mobs. They damage, you know, the hostile mobs. So it's basically killing any and all remaining mobs out there. And yeah, so that's pretty much it as far as, you know, this round goes. Not really too sure what happened with these signs here. I guess a creeper blew up and I didn't notice it or something. I don't even know. Something like that. But if you want, after the end of each round, when you come back here for added difficulty, you can clear your inventory or whatnot. I suppose it's fun to do that. Like I said, if the drops themselves were random, I think that would be a lot more incentive to do it. But honestly, since the drops themselves out of each corner are not random, it's kind of eh. And my second suggestion would be for these lamps right here, it would be cool if, like, for example, you finished up with the corner over there, those corner sets of lights would turn off or something like that. So if you finished off with one quadrant of the entire area, that would be really neat. But just a few suggestions, you know, to the guy who made it. But overall, it is, in fact, really, really, really fun. And since the reset switch was already hit, I don't really know why this one's here, because there is a reset switch that gets hit when you finish out the whole thing. The one main thing that kind of got me as I was doing this is I thought I had to put another coin in when I started up again. And what that does is it actually turns the game off, as you can see here. When this torch is off, the game itself will not restart, even if you're playing it. Like, I could hit start here, and the nuggets are going to end up coming down here in just a second, and the door is going to open. I actually am not sure if mobs are going to spawn, though, because the game is still technically labeled as off. But this is just more or less a forewarning to you guys who end up playing this game. Okay, yeah, see, so the mobs turn on, and the door opens and stuff. But because the game is actually labeled as off, it's just, even if you collect all of the nuggets, the door at the other end won't open. You have to hit the coin in again, and then everything will just start working again, which is really nice. So, anyways, guys, I hope you all have enjoyed this, and I hope you all, you know, have a couple, you know, have a good amount of fun with it. But anyways, and by the way, this is probably a lot more fun in multiplayer, and that's something I, you know, wanted to point out as well, is that definitely consider trying this one in multiplayer. I'm really interested to see where some more hardcore modes could go, you know, with this in multiplayer. Because as you can see, it's fit for up to 4 players, or even more so if you were to just add in more beds. So anyways, guys, I hope you all have enjoyed this video. My name is AntVenom, and I bid you all farewell. Thanks so much for watching.